married in my 20s still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. And my trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. So, you know, I would lay up at night thinking like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man?
Yeah.
Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it.
I understand it though. Like,
you know?
It's like,
and I got really comfortable in it. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter, and I'm like, this ain't.
You had to be a different version of yourself. Exactly.
This ain't.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. And I want to ask you, are you ever frustrated with uploading a video to YouTube and you get no views? I know I was when I first started. If you're a music artist and you have your own podcast or you're a content creator, look no further. WAMM Promotions has gotten you covered. They specialize in high-end targeted YouTube campaigns that deliver real views, real subscribers, and most importantly, real growth. So if you're struggling with real organic YouTube growth, I'm here to tell you to go on WAMM Promotions and use the promo code GAUDS and receive 20% when you check out. Tell them Ray sent you, you got 20% off. Let's go, guys. I'm looking to see you guys on the charts. Let's go.
Hey, y'all. It's Stanzy Vet Esquire.
This is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. And everybody, welcome to the GAUDS Show. Everybody, it's early in the morning, but we still got the good energy going right now. Shout out to you guys for watching, like, share, subscribe, all those things. That shit matters. I know people say it all the time. I get tired of hearing it, but it matters because it's the thing that keeps us going. And shout out to our sponsors, Toten Carry, Yoko Vodka, Two Large Distribution, Lareco. And shout out to you guys for watching. But today, we have a very special guest. I've been watching this brother. I heard about him when I was coming up in the music business. I forgot that story. I think the first time I ever worked on a record, not knowing what it was a record for you. Oh, wow. It was with a guy named Timmy Allen. I don't know if you remember Timmy. Yeah. So Timmy was Timmy was my OG, and he was telling me that y'all was signing y'all, so he was asking us to work. But I've been knowing about this guy for a long time, and ever since Timmy told me his name, I've seen him skyrocket up. It ain't been the same. But I wanted to interview you because I'm a fan. And I just want to talk to you. So let's give it up, everybody, for the legend, Nick Cannon.
Likewise.
By the way, I want to tell everybody listening, he a real one. I DM'd him. He hit me back. Every time I hit him, he hit me right back. He always is on it. I just got to say that because sometimes, you know, like we always talk about who people are, the other stuff, all this other stuff, but it's like, who are they as a person? Like, he always hit back, he always respond, and he got a whole concert tonight, and he's still here, showing up for us. So I want to tell you, thank you for that.
No doubt, man. That's love. I mean, you know, it's just you try to be highest class of civilization, and when you recognize, recognize real. So I just try to operate at that frequency, man. So
I use you as an example in a lot of conversations. Because I always say, and I'm gonna ask you, because I always give my own interpretation. What is Nick Cannon's superpower?
Oh, man, resilience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like having that force field of like not gonna let nothing stop me. Mm-hmm. You know, have optimism, faith. You know what I mean?
You know what I would say?
What?
He has vision.
Ooh,
can I tell you why I say that?
I'll take that.
I always say that because I'm like, because when it goes back to the first time I'm in the music business, and Timmy tells me who you are, and he's like Nick Cannon, and it was like kind of like it was almost like, you know, this is before the internet was powerful. It was like Nick Cannon. He's like, I think Nickelodeon, his name. It was all these stories like he's the next Will Smith, and it was like, but at this time Will Smith was already a movie star. So I'm like, well, what is he the next movie star Will Smith, the next rapper Will Smith? And he was like, he's all of those things. I'm like, so I'm like, what does he do? And he was like, he sings, he raps, he does comedy, he's an actor. But the one thing that I feel like you did was you had vision how to bring all of that together.
That's interesting too. I mean, it's funny that you even say like the next Will Smith thing, because I always feel like that actually took me in a direction that I didn't want to go. as much as I was like a huge Will Smith fan. He was the first person to give me a record deal, first person to give me a television deal. People don't even know he was instrumental in me actually even being in drum.
He gave you a
line.
first check or something like that.
Yeah, for almost like 200.
Yeah, 200.
And I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But my trajectory, and even, you know, for myself, and when you speak of vision, I always just wanted to be a producer. I always wanted to be behind the scenes. I looked up to the cast like JD. You know what I mean? Jermaine Dupri was always like who I was modeling after when I was like producing and DJing in high school and stuff, throwing parties. Like I was trying to do that, and I had acts and artists. I was making beats. I was, and then, but at the same time, you know, like I was getting opportunities. Mainly it started with like stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? I was, you know, I would be doing talent shows as a kid, and like my rap group would be in the talent show.
Oh wow!
And then I would also do stand up just because I was there, and I would like place first and second. You know what I mean? So, and the stand up just continued to take off because I was you know, my pops used to say it all the time. Like every kid in the projects want to be a rapper. Yeah. And that's why I was like, I did it. I was like, I want to make all of the beats and producing, you know, the mixtapes for the rappers. And then he was like, but you funny and you got personality, and nobody's doing that. And he was right. So I'd be in these comedy clubs at like 15 years old, sitting next to Dave Chappelle and Marlon Wayans, Chris Rock. And they looked out for me because I was a kid in a comedy club, and I would stand out. So, you know, the improv on Monday nights, you would literally see Chappelle on stage. You would see Monique on stage. You would see all of these people who had like this adult humor, and then this kid come up talking about you know, lunch money and stuff like that. So that's what the industry noticed that first, because I was so unique, and then so opportunities kept coming from that when I was still trying to just focus on playing the back.
Yeah, because it feel like you did just enough in the front to own everything in the back. Yeah. That's why I would tell people, because I'm like, he's a comedian, but he's not really up there doing, like, he's not like compete with Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I never
he's a
wanted
rapper,
to do
but
that.
he's not really compete. It's like he's an actor, but it's kind of like you created your own ecosystem first, and you was like, I know how to expand this.
Yeah, because again, like, as much as I looked up to like Jermaine Dupri, I looked up to like Keenan Ivory Wayans. Yeah, you know what I mean, or even like the Russell Simmons of the world. I was like, I want to be the boss. I want to be the businessman, and that's just how I always operated. So I had that vision. And it's funny, like, being talent always deterred it. Like I was, and then, you know, so, you know, I actually did, you know, fall in love with, you know, the passion of acting. And that's when I was like, all right, well, maybe I will do this acting thing. You know what I mean? Like, but it was more about, and still to this day, man, I mean, even how my company set up, or even when you think of something like Wildin' Out or something, it's like, oh, that's a platform where I could help cultivate others. Yeah. And I think that's like my true gift.
That's like your Jay-Z, Dr. Dre moment. Like, oh, you dope. Come get on my album. Like,
And that's, I mean, the interesting thing, hindsight, and I was just talking to JD about this too. Like, you know, because I came up during the time with like the Kanyes and even Pharrell's, and I was low-key envious of their path. Yeah. Because that's what I really wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, I always tell the story.
You
I remember.
Still want to do it? You sound like you still want to do it. Like, yo, give me a beat machine. I'm ready to go.
I'm every day I'm on.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah, I still, you know, my studio, and it's like a lot of times because I'm even over, you know, I just know how the game works. You know, I have produced and, you know, put out a bunch of artists, but I don't jump on because one, I don't think I need to put my name on it because I actually really love the craft. So, you know, I've been like developing artists since, you know, and, you know, the people who know, they know, you know what I mean? We know how this industry works.
You played an intricate part in Kalani.
Yeah,
Kalani, right? I heard that. Yeah. And I heard that you act like, what's his name? David Ali. Like, I heard you actually put him in position.
I put them
here. This is yours now. Like, because I'm telling you, bro. Like, I hear it be shit about you in the game. Everybody be talking behind the scenes.
Because for a long time, I mean, even that space, like people, I had a management company, but I didn't ever. I don't want to manage people because I feel like it's a thankless job, and a lot of times it's like my friends and stuff. So I was like, look, I'll just help you, and then I start putting young managers with different people and stuff like that. So, but yeah, to say all of that, man, like it was, I would be making beats. I remember like it was one time, like I got an opportunity to sit with Jay-Z. And I remember I had all these beats I knew he was just gonna go crazy over. Like I was like, we was over at Baseline, and I'm a young kid, and it's a time where Kanye cooking up and all that stuff. I was like, I'm about to be.
Show me what you got. Exactly.
Yeah. And he listened to the beats. He was and then we cut him off, and I was like, and he was like, man, the beats is dope. But I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I can't rap on no beats from the kid from Nickelodeon. And I was
gonna say, as soon as you tell me the story, bro, I was gonna say, Jay probably was like, do you ever produce a name that's not Nick Cannon? I was just thinking that. I'm like,
and I actually did do that. I started coming up with alias names after that. Even like when I was working with Mariah and stuff like that, because I knew the name and my brand meant something different. In the music space. So, but even like that was a lesson. I was like, oh, wow. And that stuff set with me because I was like, if I could have came in the game just as a producer, I still could have did everything I'm doing. Yeah. But it would have been a different level of respect. It would have been a different journey.
But it probably would have been a little difficult because you will put yourself in a position where it's almost like what Kanye was going against. It was like he became the #1 producer. And then he's saying the artist, and they're like, what, nigga?
Yeah.
And it's like, even if he was good, it was still like, what, nigga?
But see, to me, the best to ever do it, is Pharrell.
Pharrell did it to you better than Ye.
The journey, yes, absolutely.
Who would you say, Pharrell or Ye?
I'll give it to Ye.
I love Ye as an artist, and these are like literally like
no. But when I think about that,
but I'm talking about impact culture and from the level of quality of life in that sense of, and I'm not talking about your personal life. I'm talking about quality of career.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So you would rather have, it's kind
of a Lego movie about my life. You know what I mean?
It might be a hard question to ask today. I'm like, whose career would you rather have? But it's kind of like, Pharrell.
But even like, but I mean, because
he's just flying up. He's with Louis, just always going up. And Kanye shit might drop 1,000 feet, and then it's like the turbulence is crazy.
Yeah, and those are always my two guys that I looked at. Because even as, and I got a chance to work with both of them, but there's something about even Pharrell as a producer. Yeah. You know what I mean? He knows how to control a room without controlling the room.
And he speaks very soft.
Yeah, right.
Like he's always whispering to you while you gotta feel like you have to listen.
Yeah, he gets his vision across, and even like the style of records and the genres that Pharrell's been in every genre.
He's my favorite producer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what I'm saying. But when I was thinking my career, Kanye was one of my favorites.
But Kanye always wanted to be an artist.
But I would say Kanye, to me, Kanye is my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
Artist. But so I got to factor that in with the production because Pharrell, it almost seemed like he was... Pharrell, you feel like Pharrell to me. Like it's like I produce when I want. I want to go to Paris and do this. I want to do this right now. I want to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of he picks his spots.
Yeah, and that's what I think. Just in the impact that he's made and continues to make. Yeah, it's just like this freeing high frequency. Yeah, that has been dope. And like he'll make Grinding is still one of the grimiest tracks you'll ever hear in your life.
See, 10 minutes into the conversation stands, I'm gonna tell you, I already know a lot about you. Like when I'm listening to you talk, I'm like, you really like this production. Like, bro, you are like in it right now.
And the thing is, like, I've actually, a lot of people know, like, I've been a music executive.
You worked at
I was at Def Jam. Yeah. I was up under L.A. Reid brought me in, and so a lot of times I was just, and again, I just loved the game that much to where I was, I've had labels from everywhere, from Motown to Jive to, I actually started Nickelodeon's record
division. I remember it was built after you.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that even just as a businessman, I've just been. So even still to this day, we got artists. We move. I'm over at Republic, but it's like I just play low. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
you whispered it. I'm at Republic. Like, you got deals with everybody. It's
silent assassin.
Exactly.
Is it a reason why you want to stay low? And we live in this, like, everybody wants to announce everything that they're doing. So is there a reason why, like, you play the background so much and just move in silence?
The meek shall inherit the earth. I don't need to, I'm always been one of those people, I never need to brag. I let everything kind of speak for itself. And because, you know what, to be honest though, I have those outlets where I can do that. Like I've always been a dude, like I've never had a problem with confidence, obviously. So I have my stages where I can rock out and be the dude. So I've never been braggadocious. I never, and even like when you have a gift and you operate in your gift, you let your gift speak. You know, a lot of times. And some people's gifts are being loud and upfront and all that stuff. Like, that's their gift. Like, but to me, I'm naturally an introvert who just knows how to turn it on.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I like that. We're gonna finish.
You think
like
that it helps with your consistency? Because a lot of us have been watching you like since we were kids. Like, and it's been consistent. Like even through my adulthood, Nick Cannon has always been in something. Like you never have had a decline that I've seen. Do you think that it helps with the consistency?
I think so, because it allows me to maneuver in different spaces. And I think, I'm also a hustler, so I got to keep cooking while the pot is hot. I feel like they're going to snatch it away from me at any moment. So I'm always just trying to diversify and figure out, but I also love to learn. So before I just jump in something to be like, oh, I got this, I want to be a student first. So I'll sit under the ones that are killing it, and then I'll be like, all right, now I feel like I understand it. I want to take my shot at it. And that's everything from acting, from stand-up comedy, from music. Like I just had such great tutelage and mentors in the space that have just allowed me to sit in the corner. And then when I got my chance to get up to bat, I knocked it out.
He was ready.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and myself and Ray Daniels presents the ultimate Christmas giveaway. This holiday season, we're giving back with amazing prizes from Lucky Energy, Tote & Carry, and Dope Coffee for 4 lucky winners. Here's how to enter. Follow these accounts on Instagram at the bottom of the screen. Ray Daniels Presents, The GAUDS Show, Ray Daniels, that's .debatable.show, and Artist Spotlight Pod. Drop your Instagram handle so we can find you. It's that easy. Winners will be announced on Christmas Eve. Let's make this holiday season unforgettable. And here at the Ray Daniels Presents, we really appreciate every last one of y'all. So this is our way of saying thank you. I always ask multi-talented people this. You an actor? What's the top award for a comedian? Like, I'm just curious. Like, what's they Grammy?
Comedian? Probably, is it the Mark Twain Prize?
Okay, Mark. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, hey Kevin. Hey, bro. I'll be real with you. When you left the stage, it was kind of like on some like, cause as much as I enjoy as a fan, I always look at myself like I'm in it. Like I've never watched something like, when I seen Dame arguing, I wanted to be in it. I wasn't looking at it like, wow. I was looking at it like, what would I do? Yeah. So when I saw you leave, when you killed it and you left, it was almost like you sucked the air out the room. And Chappelle followed you.
Not Chappelle. Chris Rock.
Yes, it was one of the real ones. He came out, and he kind of was like, I don't think I've ever heard this nigga be that fucking funny.
That's literally what he said. He's like, I gotta work hard.
I gotta work hard.
Following Nick Candid.
Yeah, this nigga's fucking funny. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But what you was gonna say? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, you brought up education, or you like being a student to the game.
Yeah.
2020, you made the decision to go back to school.
Yeah.
You went to Howard, and you physically attended classes. Why was it important for you to be physically in class?
Yeah, a few reasons. Well, I graduated in 2020, and I still didn't get to walk the stage because of the pandemic. I was one of those 2020
kids, 2020 graduates.
Yeah. I was still literally. I did the cap and gown on Zoom, and like I had the commencement speech on Zoom. I was like, but I went back in 2016.
2016, okay.
Yeah, and it was a lot going on in my life. I got diagnosed with lupus in 2012, and I struggled with it really heavy from 2012 to 2016. And then, so by the time 2016 came, I had a new lease of life. You know what I mean? And I said, all the things I haven't done yet, I want to make sure I accomplish. And I've always been an advocate for the youth, and specifically an advocate for education, but I didn't go to college, you know? And I had kids, and I'm telling them to go to college, and I was like, they literally said,
"That's fine,
Dad, you ain't going." I was like, "You're right." And then, but again, I was like, Dad had to pay bills. I had to make, I had to make that choice. And then it was interesting because, obviously with Drumline, I was almost like the poster child for a HBCU.
Yeah.
So, and everybody was just assuming. I was like, dang, well, I gotta, if I'm gonna really do this and really be in front of it, I gotta go to the Mecca, you know what I mean? And then I really hate you know. And then I was like, Kyle, everybody, you know, now you see like College Hill, you see all that. I was like, oh, maybe I could just go in there for a couple weeks. They give me a degree in communications or something like that, just so I could at least, you know, just
show up a couple days.
Get the experience. And they were like, nah, it don't work like that. Like, and then once I got on campus, I was like, nah, I really want to do this. And I was doing morning radio. I'm still doing morning radio. But at the time, I had to stop doing morning radio because of my health. And they told me that, you know, because I wasn't sleeping. I'd be like DJing in the club till like 2 or 3 in the morning and then be at the radio at like 5. And so they were like, yo, you got to really take your rest. So I was like, all right, I was doing 8 hours of radio a day. I could do 4 hours of school a day. And because, you know, blessed enough to be able to move how I want to move. So he was taking jets to DC. Or,
I'm about to ask you, how was that?
Yeah. Like, well, you know, I lived in Jersey or the city. And I got a crib on the West Coast, and I had class 3 times a week. So it just became a part of my bi-coastal routine. So like my classes were probably Tuesday and Thursdays were most of my classes, and then I would have like, you know, another class like on a Friday, just like one. So I was getting all of my credits like on some like 20 units type thing a semester. So I was cooking. And but I would just like, I would be in LA all weekend. And then I knew I had to get back to New York, but I would stop in DC and do school. You know what I mean? So then I would catch the train from DC to Jersey. Like, and it became a part the whole movement. And then what happened, I did go to start it off like, oh, I'm gonna go communications. I was gonna be teaching these classes. I'm multimedia classes. You know, and I start like my freshman year, I did start in that space. And then I realized I started doing work in the DC jail systems, and I started working with a professor by the name of Dr. Muhammad, and she opened my eyes to criminology. And really, you know, because that was the time where everything from, you know, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, and I just didn't want to be one of those celebrities that was just always pontificating on, you know, what's Ja Rule think about? You know, like that. I didn't, because they were always asking me to speak, and I was like, I don't know enough about, you know.
That's how I am. Like, let me go learn it, because I don't want to give
And so the criminal justice system was super intriguing to me. So then I shifted my major to criminology, and all the work that I was doing in like the DC jail systems and a lot of these, you know, facilities of incarceration, it coincided with my philanthropic efforts. So we was doing the Inside Out programs, and still do it still to this day, where we go in, you know, I go everywhere from Cook County and in Chicago to just juvenile facilities in like Sylmar in LA. Like, I really tap in with, you know, these brothers and sisters that are locked down, and that's really become my passion, and that's how I'm using my degree to this day.
So if I looked at your career, right, like I said, I'm in the music business, so I see, you know how it is with people, like, we see the whole picture. It feels like you started one way. Like, I like to tell people, my first part of my career, I was clear. Right?
Okay.
They saw clear.
And
then I wrote this letter called Dear White Music Execs, and that was the first time I was black. Right? It was the first time that white people was like, oh, you really are.
You're one of those guys.
I didn't know you was black. I thought you were like cool, like, you know. And it feels
you
like
have views.
Exactly. And it feels like white America's safest person. Like, it was like, we need one person to speak that we can talk to, that we know understands. We want Nick Cannon. We like how our kids love him, our parents love him, we love him. And then it feels like at some point, like something happened where you had an awakening and you started speaking on it. And then it was almost like, who is this guy? It's like,
a lot of people got mad.
Like, it was weird to me, but it was like, to me, it just felt like they don't understand that the more you see, the more you grow. So they be thinking like you was that whole, no, I see things differently now. Was there a moment, something happened for you to just wake up?
So many moments, man. It's still moments. Again, I'm a son of a minister, but also like, my my stepdad was one of the biggest hustlers in the streets too. So I got like, instead of the rich dad, poor dad, I got like the street dad, save dad.
Yeah.
You know.
You should write a book on that, by the way. That's a dope title.
But in that aspect, I've always had strong views and opinions. And I knew how to. I always felt like I was squaring up. I knew how to play the position.
Yeah.
Like, I literally came from being in the streets to Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And all my guys was like, do that. That's a great decoy.
I knew that when I started diving into your story like years ago, and I thought the way it felt like you came from money.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that.
It felt like you, because you came in with your shit together. You know, when a poor kid walks in the room in our world, it's like the mother, the father, everybody like, please just give us a chance. You didn't come in like that. You came in strong.
And
so it felt like you came from money. And then I heard your story about Will Smith, and you was in the hood, and your mom, and you bought I was like, oh no, he didn't.
Not at all.
You got it out the mud.
And like I was just, I kind of been operating on my own since, like I said, like 15, 16. So, but because I knew all of this was a hustle, that I knew I had to put on a persona, and I didn't have nothing to prove because I was escaping like some real shit. So I'm like, I don't want to be a gangster. I don't want to curse. And then like because that what my everyday life was, and then when I was blessed enough to get with institutions like the Will Smith, Overbrook, you know what I mean? Like that's the model to follow. But I think once time got on, I had an inner struggle of like, I eventually got to let these people know who I really am and my real perspective and what I really come from, and the books I came up on, the stuff the pops would hand me, and I just it was funny, people just started understanding when I would speak. I was like, oh, there's some deeper intellect there. And then when it was time to speak up for our people, and I didn't see others in the industry doing it in a manner that actually resonated, I was like, all right, well, this is
because it felt like coming from you. It almost felt like like here. It wasn't like pushing. It was like, check this out. I was like here, and it was still like, I'm mad at, like he's saying it in the nicest
stuff.
Like he's the nicest guy. Like he's not.
But I think it just threw people off because like one day I'm just like on America's Got Talent in these clean cut suits with the fade hairstyle, and then the next week I'm like in a turban with my fist up. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, how that happened? And then even people like were looking for the authenticity in that. So I'm all of those guys. You know what I mean? I'm a shapeshifter in that sense of, I know how to, I think that's probably one of the reasons I have acquired so much success, because there's not a room that I don't walk in where I don't feel comfortable. I feel like
you yourself no matter what.
No matter what. So and I think that's the thing, even still to this day, like you got to understand how to play the game. But at the end of the day, like now I get the opportunity to say, yeah, I'm this guy, but I'm also this guy. I'm a father, but I also love the strip club.
You like women. Like women.
That's how I became a father.
They just knew you was gonna be walking the red carpet with your no.
But I did that too.
I was gonna ask you about that too. So I wanted to ask you this because one of my favorite movies is a movie called This Is 40, right? Okay, so it's a scene in the movie where they're talking to this guy and they're like, why don't you get a woman? And he was like, I don't know, I kind of want to Clooney it. Right? So I say that to say, like maybe like 3 months ago, somebody asked me like, Ray, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, I think I want a Nick Cannon it. Like I think I'm really smart. I'm like, I kind of like the idea of planting seeds with different people. Like I'm being real with you. I literally said that. Like I'm like, I kind of want a Nick Cannon it because I know some really dope women that I would love to like produce a child with. And
I was on that.
I'm being honest with you because it's like, imagine how like, as a man, that's your legacy. Like they carry you. Like the mother carried it. But the father, they carry us. What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. And if you were wondering who this beautiful woman sitting next to me is my sister Tiffany Daniels Sai. Let's give it up for my sister. Everybody can clap. This is good. And my sister she's the most talented person in the family, and we started a family business, a signature scent company. So if you like smoke a lot of weed in your car and you want to get the scent out, you have to check out these scents. I know guys that use it for the weed. I know people that use it for cologne, and everywhere they go to get compliments. We make candles. We make
room sprays. We got them in kits. So if you want to buy something for your loved one or anybody that you care about, hit us up, LorraineCo.com.
And we're going to put the website at the bottom of it. But support this black business, support this black woman, and order, I promise you guys. As a matter of fact, use the word GAUDS, and we'll give you 15% off. I just made that up, so if my sister's face looks crazy, don't get mad at her. I'll eat that. But guys, when I tell you this shit is incredible, you really should check this out.
The best scents ever.
LorraineCo.com. And we'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey man, it's a as they say, it's a rich man's sport.
No, but what I was going to
but in that sense, to say, because I have been in that space, still currently in that space. They call it the king complex. And there's good things that come with it, and there's also challenging things that come with it, because we do feel like we want to create a kingdom, whereas in the word teaches we want to enlarge our territory.
That's all I want, bro.
You know
That's
what
all
I mean?
want, bro.
And because we feel like we have so much to offer.
Why wouldn't I offer more?
Yeah, because
Like,
we're natural providers.
Why wouldn't I, bro?
We have intellect and wisdom to pass on. So you want to be able, and then you want to see like, oh, look what I did with that one, or look what I can do with it. So. But the issue with that is a very selfish way of thinking.
It is.
And in therapy, I've learned that, because I still want it, but then you have to think about the aspect of every child, and everybody's like, oh, I want you to get all your kids together. It's like, that's the king complex.
Yes.
I want everyone to come to me, but a father is really valued most with the one-on-one time with the child. And as we all know, to be able to spend, quality time with 12 children, at some point, someone is going to feel, slighted in a space. And those are things that I have to, live with, and sometimes even overcompensate, because, I want to make sure everybody knows that I am present. I'm running around trying to be super dad. But I think that's, we pick our battles. You know what I mean? And I'm one of those things where even like my therapist, we talk about, I'm a machete juggler. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, like I want to, everybody gather around, watch this, throw in one more. You know what I mean? Like every time somebody tell me I can't do something, I want to show them that I can. So, and that's that's the gift and the curse of it. But
I'm glad we brought this up.
No, but I want to say something. Yeah. Number one, so this is what I believe happened from the outside looking at. I believe you low-key Nick, having the time of your life.
Yeah.
You knocking the things off in good life.
It's a very good life.
Then you meet
the one.
Queen.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, this is my dream girl.
Yeah.
But then you realize I'm her man to the world. Mm. So now, if I say hi to somebody and I hug them, Nick was flirting with Mariah, and it's like, no, I'm more than Mariah's man. I'm also this guy. And it became like the bubble was so big, and it's like, man, I can't handle that, because I got to be perfect.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but I internalized it even more, because you're spot on everything, except for I didn't actually really care what the world thought, because the perception, that is what it is. People gonna love you one day, hate you the next day, always gonna criticize your every move, and it's really how they actually feel about themselves. So I could care less about that. But going to myself with that pressure of, who am I?
Yeah.
Because, I got married in my 20s still, to the biggest star in the world. And my trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. So, I would lay up at night thinking like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man?
Yeah.
Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it.
I understand it though. Like, it's like,
and I got really comfortable in it. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter, and I'm like. This ain't,
you had to be a
the
different
hustler.
version of yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
This ain't the kid.
I can't go provide. I can't go hunt. That's who I am. I want to hunt. But
and then when you have children, and the hierarchy of just your man shit is like, wait, I can't. I'm carrying the purse, the diaper bag, you know.
Yeah.
I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, you know, like, she rocking being all the alpha that she
by the way,
is.
she deserves it, by the way.
And she did. I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not that dude, you know. And her and I never had problems.
Yeah.
Never argued. Never even with me struggling in this space.
Yeah.
She was like, she's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world,
yeah.
like you said, their own scope, their own bubble, and you got to be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like I'm main character.
I was about to say, especially I'm the alpha.
Yeah.
Like my mom and dad, I was raised by a hustler, a pastor. My mom.
Yeah.
I'm here to get it.
Yeah.
I here to lay down because I felt like that was like almost the. Nah, y'all.
And I was getting mad at myself. It was like muscle atrophy. I'm like, I had a gut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, it was like, I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be.
Yeah.
And I was attempting to be the best husband I could be.
That's hard though.
Yeah.
Like what you said, because it's like you had your own vision of what life was, and
Yeah.
now I gotta almost consider what the vision, not only the vision you have,
Yeah.
the vision the world has of who your man is.
And then she deserved it. And that's like the love kept me there. Like even, you know, made it work so well because I was like, oh, you need somebody. You need a support system. You need somebody that don't want you for your money. You need somebody that's sincere. You need somebody that's willing to build a family and raise some, you know, amazing kids together. And that was my goal. But then there was just something constantly in me like, I got it.
The man.
Yeah, like,
the man, honestly.
And that's at the time, like, even during the time I was married, you know, I was still the chairman at Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? I had a corner suite office over there, you know, at 1515 Broadway and Times Square. It was the time I was at Island Def Jam up under LA. But then I'm like, dang, did I just get this job because Mariah is over here selling tens of millions of records? Yeah, give Nick an office. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, so I'm like struggling with that. Like that was the thing. Like you would see me in suits every day, and I'm trying to prove that I'm a man because there's also the inner adolescent, you know, complex in me of like, I'm trying to prove that I'm a man because I'm standing next to a woman.
Yes.
You know, and I like people go from the kid from Nickelodeon is with Mariah Carey. So then psychologically that started fucking with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm at that stage where most people are coming into their sincere manhood and I'm confused about who am I in this space.
Yeah.
And that's when, you know, I just had to kind of have some self-evaluation. And a lot of it had to do with like my health and getting more out of the lot. Like if, you know, I remember being in the hospital looking like, man, if it's over, it was a good run.
Yeah.
But I had so much more to do.
Yeah.
And as soon as I came out of that,
Yeah.
that's probably why I got 12 kids now. You know what I mean? It's like, cause it's just like, I always felt like if I get another chance, I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
But not only that, children are beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I feel like sometimes we make it about the family. And by the way, it is. But children, like we want all children. Like everything that we are on this couches was someone taught us. That's when you talk, I'm like, when we first met, I'm like, your mom must have been. And she said, my mom was that motherfucker. My mom was like, you are gorgeous. You ain't going to. Like that's, to me, that's what being a father is. Being a father, don't get me wrong, the family is that. But like.
Cultivating.
Yes, bro. Like
watching it grow.
Like last night, was a big issue in my house with 2 kids in the house in school. And my son, you know, he was telling me about all of the drama. And then he goes, swear to God, he goes, I wish everybody was raised by you, Dad.
Oh, wow.
Because he was like, because they don't know how to handle the world. And I know that everybody's mad, but y'all can't do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that made me say, I really want Nick Cannon. I'm talking to the mom. I'm talking to mom. I might leave. I really want to do it.
Don't that make you feel good?
It's
like,
so beautiful,
the
bro.
Crazy thing, like last night, because obviously I flew out here last night before I got on the plane. You know, I took, you know, my kids to go see the Disney Junior, you know, theater show. And like we were literally like I stepped out the car to, you know, we getting like, I think it was Chick-fil-A or something like that. And my 3-year-old says to her, mom's like, I have the best dad. He's so nice. He doesn't yell.
Yes.
And like just the
Don't
thing
you
like,
want to get that to more people?
Like the 3-year-old, she's like she didn't, nobody asked her that stuff. She just, and like that's the thing where regardless of what the rest of the world says, when kids appreciate.
I wish the world understood that.
Yeah.
I hate that they judge people for doing that.
Yeah.
But to me, this is about legacy. And homes matter, but what they don't know is that we only focus on the child. We don't focus on the adult that they're gonna be. And that's what really matters, right?
Yeah.
And like you're building something that all of your kids can walk into and say, I want to work for my dad, or I want to do. It's there.
Or even more or less, and my perspective is there's nothing that any of my offspring won't be able to accomplish. I'm setting if you want to be a doctor, I can set you up with the best schools. If you want to be an athlete, I can get you with the best trainers. If you want to be in the music business, we got that. You want to act, we got that. If you want to be a scientist, I got that. I have, and God blessed me with that ability. Like I feel like I'm just a giver. I'm a generator. So a lot of people do come to me for that type of stuff, but for it to be my actual kids and to say the potential of whatever you want to do in this world, I'm instilling whatever. We start now, and that's the concept. I'm thinking like if I see something, I will put a guitar in his hand. Let's go figure.
Period.
Let's say, ooh, you vocal lesson. Ooh,
now,
like whatever it is.
We doing it today.
Yeah,
that's how I am.
Tennis lessons. Let's get to it. And it's like, I didn't necessarily have that. I'm thinking like, man, if I would have had, a parent that had the ability.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure most parents wanted to do that. But the fact that I can create platforms.
Yeah.
If you want to be a fashion designer, boom, let's get such and such on the phone. Let's figure this out. You want to, whatever you want to do in life, you want to be a pastor. You want to have a nonprofit. Like
got that.
Whatever. You want to travel to Africa. I got
that.
And it's like, why should I just keep all of those blessings to myself when I can actually feed into it? And of course, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be things, everybody's not going to be able to, as much as I feel like I got it all together and have experienced so many highs, I've also experienced some serious lows of things that only God can control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything from loss to challenges in relationships and development and all of that. But you take it for what it is, and I've been blessed, man. And I'm blessed so I could be a blessing to others.
I know you have a lot of employees. You got a company, everything. You need a baby mama manager. No, hear me out. Let me tell you why I say that. Because a lot of the times, the kids just want the dad or the mother, right? But the egos you managing, the expectations you managing, all the things you managing is really what the mother thinks. So you almost need someone to show up like, hey, girl, what's up? What you need? I got that. Nick sent me over here just to make sure that, because he's doing, it almost feels like you have to have a baby mama manager.
From the outside looking in, that sounds like a great idea.
They can't know it though. No, Nick. They can't, it can't be assignment. It's gotta be, she just does it.
No,
I like her.
No, but because I've tried that.
Okay, well, shit. Oh, your man love. Your man just put his head down like,
it does not work. Because I'll go back to even what I was saying about children as individuals. Everyone wants to be an individual. No one likes to be generalized. And even like you see me in a lot of these interviews sometime, or even if I'm joking on Wildin' Out or something like that, it's like when you just start talking about all my baby mamas.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to be referred to as that. Everybody wants to have an individual relationship, and based off of all the mothers of my children, we do have individual relationships, and they're not all the same.
Yeah.
And the mistake I made in trying to do that.
Tell me, because I think I'm gonna make that mistake.
Yeah.
Give me some game.
No, because and I did it so many times in so many different ways, and like, why do I keep making the same stupid mistake? Is that I generalize. If it's Valentine's Day, I'll send everybody the same balloons and flowers. If it's that idea of, I want everybody to come to me. If it's like nobody wants that. Everybody wants an individual. So if you got a manager, it's like, today we're gonna do this.
No. I'm talking about that. I'm saying, Nick, her favorite color is yellow, and she don't like flowers. She likes edible oranges.
But you know why everything that you just said makes sense? Because they believe you know that.
That's my point.
And so I mean, we all need assistance.
Yes. I don't remember nothing like that.
Yeah. But if everyone likes to feel special. So if you do know someone's favorite color, if you do know someone's favorite flower, if you do know that this person likes to do things on Wednesday nights, and this person likes to go to yoga on Tuesdays, those are the things that create healthy relationships, whether it's a one-on-one scenario or you're someone like myself that has to try to be multifaceted as a machete juggler.
I have to ask.
It takes one to know one. I already know. That was the shit that drew me to you. I was like, you on the same time.
I understand you. I'm sure you're under an immense amount of pressure. How are you juggling career, all the things that you have, in 12 different,
lives? Yeah, absolutely.
How are you juggling your career and your family? And I know that has to be hard, and you don't
I think
want to make a
we all
mistake.
have challenges, but it goes back to what I was saying. Like,
Right.
I love challenges. I love when people say you can't do it, or I'm like, watch me. But I'm also a Libra, so I understand the balance, and I understand finding and having peace for myself, knowing that even though I'm a generator and everybody likes to plug into me, that if I don't unplug at some point in the self-care, then the whole ship sinks. So it's finding those spaces, and it's usually like the wee hours of the morning. I'm one of those people that I love being on the freeway at 4 a.m. when nobody else is there. I love that time where I feel like I'm awake when the rest of the world is asleep. So, I was on my circadian rhythm vibes for a minute, like literally going down when the sun goes down with my children. A lot of times when they go to bed, I go to bed, but I'm back up at like 1 or 2.
What's the ages?
Right now it's 13. My 13-year-old twins are the oldest, all the way down. Some are still 1, but everybody's turning 2.
Okay.
There's a few, but
Life is awesome, bro. I love it, bro.
My youngest will be 2 on December 14th.
So the youngest is 2.
Yeah.
And it's 2 to 13.
Yeah.
And everybody's somewhere in there. We got a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Cause we was with them yesterday at Chick-fil-A. We was with them yesterday.
She'll be 4 in December as well.
Got you.
Yeah.
So is it a problem? Because I'm a man. I have to juggle. Juggling is hard. Because what they don't realize is that this child might not want a dog. That child might not want a dog until they see that child get a dog. What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee, and I'm here to talk to you about YKTV Magazine, which is the #1 magazine for prison entertainment. These prisoners are sitting in jail. They have nothing to do but read these magazines and read your ads, buy your music, support your business, anything that you can do that's online commerce. They already have published over 140 magazines with 36 major artists that have covered it, and I'm giving you an opportunity to advertise this magazine and get directly to an audience that has the time and the money to spend. Info at the bottom, info at the GAUDS Show. Holla at us, whether you're an artist, producer, whoever you are. We can help you with your business. Holla at us to get to YKTV.
Yeah.
But they don't know that child asks for a dog every day.
Yeah.
Daddy, give me a dog. Daddy, give me a dog. He ain't even thinking about a dog. And now, matter of fact, even worse, his mama. That's fucking him. His mama. So now this kid been asking for a dog, so I buy him a dog. And of course I'm a good dad, so we make a video with the dog. But this mama is pissed now. How the fuck you know my baby ain't want no motherfucking dog? Ain't even asked for one.
But to your point, one, I'm still early in the game, and for whatever reason, and I credit the mothers of my children, that everyone is very mature and they operate in a way where the comparison, all that stuff that doesn't really occur.
Got you.
And I think that if anything, is more than just items or gifts. It's more time. You know what I mean?
You was over there.
Yeah. Or even just like and. So far, I've done a fairly decent job of balancing. But to your point, when you have 5 2-year-olds, those 2-year-olds will be 5.
5 2-year-olds so bad, bro. I want 5 2-year-olds.
They'll eventually be 5. They'll eventually be 8. And it's like, how you gonna be at all the basketball games at the same time? Or how
You need to open the cannon. You need to open the cannon at school.
Yeah, they're gonna all be on the same team.
He done made.
No, but I know there's gonna be challenges.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
so far, it hasn't, and it goes back. Just everybody wants to be an individual, and like I said. If we talking gifts and stuff like that, everybody can have a dog. What kind you want? Just and I really attempt.
Just ask though.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you want a dog because they got one. Tell me you want a dog because that's all I. That's what I try to teach people in my life.
Individual.
I buy my girl a car. My mom like shit.
Yeah.
Fuck is up.
Yeah.
Money came in. I'm like, Mom, if you want a car,
just ask.
say it.
And that's why I said, don't worry. Don't bring about what somebody else got. What do you want?
That's
Let's get what you want.
That's all
And
I
you
want
ain't
to
gotta
do.
worry about what everybody else got.
You just don't know what you want, motherfucker.
Just tell me what you want. We gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, as providers, as, you know, patriarchs, that is our job, to help guide people to what they want or what they desire. That's what fathers do. You know, I don't want my kids to be in entertainment because I'm in entertainment. I want you to do whatever you want to do. I want to support that. So, you know, again, like I said, I'm still early in the game.
But
Talk to me in about 15 years to see.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question because I do a lot of deep digging myself. I'm in therapy also. We do a lot of work. Do you ever ask yourself, do I need chaos? Like, what I mean by that is like, so like you think about it, you're 14, 15, you're getting on, so it's like your life has been a nonstop movie, right? So then it becomes like, my private life can't be boring either. Like I almost need action. I need fun. It's like my mom lives in the house up the street, and sometimes I'm like, she get on my nerves, but I'm like, I wanted to. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you kind of thrive in it.
That's what I mean, it goes back to me in therapy and what they said, calling me the machete juggler. It's like, I need, like, this is dangerous.
The thrill.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like and throw in another one. You know what I mean? Give me some roller skates. I'm really about to kill it. You know what I mean? Like, I need a new challenge each and every day. And I got to say, like, I love strong, opinionated, feisty women. Like,
I know, bro. I'm watching you, bro. like I'm looking at you. I'm like, he likes it, because you know, what people don't understand is that when you're an introvert, like I'm an introvert that will go, like you said. But when you're an introvert that go, where did your inspiration come from? Where does the jokes come from? Where was this idea come from? It comes from the people around you.
Fact.
So I need y'all to be y'all so I can keep being me.
So I can bring the calm.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I need everybody else to be turned up around me. Like, if you watch me, like, on Wildin' Out, like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And everybody else is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just controlling it and picking my points. Like, that's how I live my life. So I've always been attracted to, you know, alpha females. I've always been attracted to women that are strong, independent queens. And, you know, I let them live in their space. But if you not that, if you just, I'll overlook you. I won't even see you.
Can I tell you? I know we got a couple more questions. But I tell you, I just want to tell you this. You know what it is for me, Nick? This is why I fuck with you, because I feel like I get it. It's like, I tell people, it's like walking in different sitcoms. It's like, I just walked in Martin, right? And now I'm on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And then I just went to this show. No, I'm being real. And this show is like Three's Company. And now I'm in that episode. And it's like, and it works for me. Because it's like, I get to be this character that I want to be. And it's like, I want to be this guy today. I want to be silly today. So I'm going to go hang around her. Because all we're going to do is laugh and joke. And the kid is going to be funny. But I need to learn. Matter of fact, I need some shea butter.
Nobody can relate to this except for
Now y'all having a therapy session to give each other.
Like, I saw it. I was like, he my type of guy. That's my type of nigga right there. I understand it, because it's like, bro, like, I'm a rocket ship. Like, I have a dream. My dream is to go here, and I'm not gonna stop. But I also want fun. I want family. I want some sex. I want a lot of shit.
Like I said, I'm a shapeshifter at the end of the day.
I gotta do it.
Yeah, we have that certain level of energy.
Not y'all feeling seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Seen right. Hey, my nigga. Hey, look, I see you, bro. So, listen, all right, a couple more questions. So, I wanted to ask you this. If there's probably people in America that pray for your job, pray for your career. If you can have any job in America, not what you have now, any job in America, what job would Nick want?
I told you I want to be Pharrell. He figured it out.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously too. I mean, I'm definitely in the space of philanthropy, man, and what I do love, like, I stopped having those billionaire goals and, like, trying to, you know, pontificate. I know how to.
You said that word twice. So when he leaves, I'm gonna ask you, H you nigga, I'm gonna ask you, Chad, what that mean?
That mean like act like you know everything.
I love it, my nigga.
Like,
I'm just, when I hear big words, I want to ask you, 'cause I'm the interviewer, so I'm like, Chad, as soon as that shit is over, write that shit down, tell me what I mean. I need to know. You a lawyer, you should know that shit.
Niggas who get on their soapbox all the time, like, and kind of like really get out there. I was on that journey, like, ooh, look at the mogul that I am. I no longer feel that way, but I still have that drive because I want to get to that Warren Buffett type of energy. We're like, yo, I want to make so much money so I could just
help change the world the way I think it.
Yeah, so if I could be like one of them real philanthropists.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, them people that just walk in the room and change everybody's life.
$1 million for you.
Yeah.
$1 million for you. You get $1 million too.
Or
like,
literally
yeah,
go
course.
buy a city. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and even, you know, I sit and talk with my brother, Dr. Umar, a lot. But one of the things that always resonates with me with him, and I've actually made it a real goal, is that he was like, we out here making all of this money. I mean, I got more cars than I can drive.
Yeah.
I got jewelry I don't even wear no more.
Yeah.
I got it's all of this stuff has become super boring.
Yeah.
And none of us who have that same type of lifestyle has ever bought a hospital. None of us have schools in our name. If we do have a school name, some white person done convinced us to give it to PWI.
$10 million check to them.
Like, we didn't even go to that school. But like,
we want our kids to, but
we ain't never built nothing in our hoods that we don't have any banks.
Yeah.
And so that resonates with me in such a way, like, that's my new goal. That's my new drive to where, I still want, I'm at a level now where anybody around me I can help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially 2024 has been tough on a lot of people.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I feel great to be able to be like, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. We're going to figure this out. I love to be able to do that. But imagine being able to do that for a community.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to do that for a city. Imagine you could save a city. You know what I mean? Like, I looked at it, there's so many people that could have instantly saved Flint, Michigan. But they rather show off, you know, they cars and which we all do.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see your $5-10 million watch.
I want to be inspired by that too.
Yeah. That's for you. You earn that.
Yeah.
But imagine if we shifted our culture so much that the super flexes, I just bought Flint.
Yep.
You know,
Own the city.
You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go purchase Morris Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if we was really doing, because we have the wealth now to do that.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing? Why isn't that cool?
Because it's hard to manage all of that at once. And to me, I think the hard part for people like yourself, and I still know I'm looking for it, is I think I found it. Find those people who you can trust, who understand everything in your brain, and when you leave the room, it feels like Nick is still here.
Man, I wish.
Me too. By the way, I only wish for that because I've been that to so many people. Like, I'm a manager first.
You sit around and you think like, man, first thing you think, you selfishly think like, man, if it was 10 more of me, I'd run the world. But then you got to think like, I just need 10 people that's on this same frequency.
Yes.
That, you know, that want to grind as much as I grind, have the same vision as me.
Yep.
And then, so I can step away, I can delegate, because now people like ourselves, we attempt to delegate, and as soon as it go left, we're like, nah, give it back. I mean, this is what I wanted to do. And it just, if I could put trust in individuals, we'd have a real Roman Empire.
I agree. By the way, that's all we need is a community.
Yeah.
If we can rally around each other and like see, like, I have the vision, but I know I have the heart, the work. He has a vision. Let me get behind this vision.
Yeah.
If we did that, I think that's what it is. It's the individuality that is driving us, but we don't realize we need each other. All right, I just want to ask 2 more questions. The first one is there anybody that because I feel like you've done it all, right?
Yeah.
But is there anybody on your bucket list that you want to get in the room with to do something with?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think so.
Yeah, I was say,
I
made it to that atmosphere. I just
you know
want to
what?
hear somebody say it.
I've never done a film with Denzel, and I've come close a couple of times.
Look at that. We just had a whole argument about who was a better actor, Denzel or Will Smith, on our show.
Yeah.
That's why when you said Denzel, they look like.
You know what's interesting about both of those individuals? Because then now I'll probably never get to do a film with Denzel. but they are 9 times out of 10. Those are two, and this is the difference between an actor and a movie star. Mm-hmm. They are themselves in film. I actually feel
this
like
was the argument.
Yeah.
Well, I said Denzel plays Denzel every movie.
Yeah, he
Will
does.
Smith.
He's still,
the first Prince is not the same guy as the guy Enemy of the State.
He's trying, but he's still Will. He's a movie star in every, and Will takes bigger chances. We'll see him attempt to be Ali. We'll see Will attempt to, pursue the happiness. We'll see, but we still see Will Smith in those spaces. My goal as an actor is to disappear in roles, and the reason why we love Denzel so much, the reason why we love Will so much, because they don't disappear. But the type of actors that I aspire to be like are like the Jeffrey Wrights. You know what I mean? Like I say his name.
They bland. No, I know. I love movies. I
So
know
like,
Jeffrey Wright is.
But that's the thing. Like Oscar nominated, probably gonna be Oscar award winning eventually in that space. But like to see him be, Basquiat and Peoples in Shaft.
That's what I'm saying. That's the first my song was Peoples in Shaft.
Yeah, I am Martin Luther King and Boycott. You know what I mean? Like that's an actor. You know what I mean?
We were
Gary Oldman.
Stars.
You know what I mean?
Actors. You talk about the.
And there's a part of me that wants to be a movie star too, because there's being a movie star. There's some perks that come with that. From financial on to just being that person, but being an actor is a craft, and you can be both. Yeah. Tom Hanks.
You're a movie star, bro. You starred in movies.
Yeah,
I paid my money to sit in the theater to watch you in a movie. So you're a movie star. I don't know what you're talking about.
But like diving, I think I got so much more work to do as an actor, and like Denzel, both of us, Will Smith and Denzel, are both actors as well as movie stars. I just think they're bigger movie stars than they are actors. And if I'm asking, like, Denzel has mastered his craft. Denzel has mastered the craft of being him. You know what I mean? He can be him on a theater stage. Yes. He can be him in St. Elsewhere. Guys don't even remember that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he's him. Yeah. Sure. And so that's why to me he's the GOAT. But even if I'm thinking of myself, I like to disappear in roles. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even I kind of choose very wisely. And even as, I'm older now, I was like, I can't wait to just strip all of this Nick Cannon away and dive into.
You got the last question. Is there anybody you want to play? Is there a dream role?
Man, that's, it's so crazy. I've been attached to so many things. Yeah. The first thing I was ever attached to that, and it was actually, Will Smith was producing it for me when it was right after Drumline. We were developing and working towards the Arthur Ashe story. And, that was, I think now might probably be a little too old for the story that we wanted to tell back then, because that literally was almost 20 years ago. But even that process of going through, when you got to do it right, because then even after that, the next thing it was me, Marlon Wayans, and Mike Epps were all three screen testing for the Richard Pryor story.
I see Richard Pryor too.
Yeah. And that's a heavy story. Yeah. And then there was if we're gonna go to the music world, there was Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye were two things at one point in time. So any of those were like,
who do you want to play you? If you had who plays Nick Cannon?
Man, I don't know. Is he?
You got
some young boy.
One of them Stranger Things kids.
I don't even like one of them young kids that's getting to it right now. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. If I had to play somebody to this day now, and I'm thinking it'd probably be. There's a lot of obscure stories that I can't wait to embody individuals and bring them to light. But there's Egyptian kings and shouts. I heard Michael B. Jordan is developing or might be doing the Mansa Musa. So that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait, because that's all. Like, but we need more of those figures. Like, I'd love to play Hannibal, or you know what I mean, like those type of like figures that our kids probably don't necessarily know. Yeah. But they're real people that walk this earth that we need to introduce to the next generation.
I'm done, Stan. You guys, last question. I'm done.
So the show is called the GOATS and Underdogs Show. The GAUDS Show is an acronym. Yeah. Do you yourself consider yourself a GOAT or an underdog?
Definitely an underdog. Been an underdog all my life, and I love being an underdog. Never let them see you coming. You know what I mean? I think that's even, whether it's me with women, whether it's me in this business, you got to be unsuspecting. Yes. You know what I mean? I'm not the loudest dude in the room. I'm never going to claim that I'm the GOAT at anything. I actually like to move like an underdog.
They don't see you coming.
Yeah. And I embrace that. I feel like, the the loud dogs, the top dogs, are the ones they trying to take out. You know,
You said some shit.
Yeah, that's a mouthful right there.
Look at it right there. No, but I want to tell you something, bro. First of all, so obviously we have a set there, we have a set here, we have another set back there. Dog, we built these other sets because we don't let people sit on this couch unless this entire room considers them a GOAT.
Oh, wow.
So,
I humbly
one of my
say thank
sponsors
you.
is this bag company, Tote and Carry. We used to have a couple bags. If you would like one, even for one of your kids, it's yours. I just want to give you a gift for showing up.
Oh, that's love.
Which one you like, brother?
You
And
know,
I
I'm gonna go. I am a flamboyant individual.
I was gonna give you the lime green. I feel like that's
you know I gotta rock the lime green.
Yeah, let's give that one, Aaron.
Absolutely.
I just want these. You know, this is one of our sponsors, but I just wanted to gift this to you, brother, because man, like honestly, bro,
That's fire.
You know, like
Appreciate
my brother,
that.
you showed up for us.
Yeah.
You know, this was a reach. This was a reach back moment.
Yeah.
You could have easily said, "Nah, I got 20,000 people coming now. I ain't got time for your stuff." But you showed up, and
100%.
that's the type of things that we have to do for each other to win. I just want to honor you for being a good guy.
Oh, man,
and
that's
a
love.
great father and my nigga.
All day.
It's all
Love.
This is the GAUDS Show. Shout out to everybody watching, and we are out. Let's go.